Welcome to Inquiry, presented by Peoria Proud. Our organization seeks to unify the community as a whole through advocacy, education, and social outreach. This series dives into topics that inform, inspire, and ignite community conversation. Let's get into it.
Not listened to it? No, I haven't.
Not yet.
No, I'm so sorry. Well, you have to listen to it. They said it's a historical name. Oh, is it?
Are we recording? We're recording.
I guess we are recording.
All right.
Oh, I will edit whatever that was out.
Not to be. He has echo cancellation on. Do we get that? Now
I don't even know what that does, to be honest.
I just don't want to get to a point.
Well, I would assume it would cancel out echoes, but
ours can't be turned on for some reason.
Oh,
it says. But
okay.
So we welcome back to Inquiry. We have Mr. Mathais here, Huston.
Yep.
All right.
That's my name.
Who are you? You from Peoria here?
No, I'm not originally from Peoria. Grew up in the Decatur area and then moved out this way a couple years ago.
All right. So what's your favorite thing about Peoria here?
It's a great question.
See, you weren't prepared for it.
I was not.
Sorry. All right. Well, how about you just ponder on that and think about it? So you are a local historian, I've heard.
Yes. History is, that's how I spend all my days. I'm a social studies teacher in the area.
Oh.
And so I teach middle schoolers about history all day long.
What a terrible age group.
Yeah.
It's pretty chaotic, but I think I'd like the chaos.
Oh, that's
because I enjoy what I do. I like that age group. Granted, there's a lot of days I leave with a headache and it's frustrating, but I think that's what keeps me coming back. You never know what you're going to expect.
When I think of like 7th grade history, I had like this teacher that was like 70 years old. It was a PowerPoint every day and like monotone. Didn't learn anything. Is that how you do it?
Oh no. No. I do not like the death by PowerPoint approach.
You use an old school like projector, right?
Yes.
Those clear sheets
exactly.
of paper.
The transparency. No, I just roll up the film. It's like, no, I try to, there's a time and a place for lecture and note taking and doing that kind of stuff. But you also want to get the students doing things, looking at documents, analyzing maps, reading firsthand accounts. I want to make history come alive for them and not just be just something that they go and sit and just hear a monotone guy talk about day in, day out.
So you teach them that like people came to America, the Native Americans said, okay, we'll move to the reservations, no problem.
Not quite. Not quite.
Now for that age group, they're like, what are you teaching? Like what year? Is it like American history, world history?
So in my district, the 6th grade does world history. The 7th grade that I teach, we do pre-Columbian civilizations, the arrival of the Europeans, and then we get all the way through the establishment of America, and we end the year right after the American Civil War.
Oh, fine.
And so then 8th grade picks up where I leave off, and we reconstruct the country, and we get as close to the present day as we possibly can. So usually that means about the end of the Cold War in the early 90s, the breakup of the Soviet Union, that kind of stuff.
Is the Constitution test still a thing? Do you remember taking that?
I remember.
Like you had to, like you could, they like really pushed it. You could not go to high school.
Yeah.
Well, the teaching of the Constitution is still a thing. It's part of my curriculum. It's not going to go away. But a couple of years ago, the state did do some re-examination of some of the requirements that were needed that schools have to meet. And they realized they were kind of double dipping a little bit with some of their civics requirements.
Okay.
So like the teaching of the Constitution and everything like that, that's still in force. But that whole requirement, you have to pass this in order to graduate and move on. They realized they were kind of double dipping there. So it kind of went away at the middle school level. It's still there at the high school level, but civics is a requirement for graduation anyway. So
Okay.
most schools just say, okay, we'll make it the high school requirement. And
Are
that's it.
those videos still around?
Those
Like,
videos.
Oh, like Schoolhouse
We
Rock.
the People. in its heyday?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Schoolhouse Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a Bill.
Do you play those?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
That
I'm
were
just
made
a
in,
bill.
like, the
I'm just a bill is a staple. Oh, yeah.
Has not gone.
Oh, no. It will not go away. It's great.
I love it.
It's a good one.
We had to watch them on VHS tapes, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you just bring up YouTube.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. YouTube. And on occasion, I'll bust out the DVD. But yeah, YouTube.
Now, clearly, like all history is important. You're
Yeah.
working on like a little special project right now.
I am working on a special project right now. It's been a couple of years in the making and still not done. But I have been looking into the LGBT history of Peoria. This was a couple of years ago now, where I thought, well, I've moved here to Peoria. I'm going to be here for the foreseeable future. Let me learn a little bit about the city I'm living in. So I went to the library. This was in the summertime. Went to the library and I thought, I'm going to take a look at some books, about the town. And so I start looking through the books, looking through what's been compiled. And it's all good stuff, but I start to realize it's all kind of the same stuff that I'm looking at. And kind of one thought led to another. And I eventually thought, well, wait a minute. What about the LGBT history of Peoria? Where's that at? So found out that the downtown branch has all the local stuff. So I went down there and walked through the doors, and they were like, "Oh, a person. I got the grand tour of the whole floor there, which is great. It's a great library. And so when it was all said and done, they were like, "All right, so what are you interested in learning about?" I said, "Well, the LGBT history of Peoria."
Leave.
No, not quite. No, they were very accommodating. But the person was just like, "Oh, well, good luck with that. We
Oh, wow.
don't really have anything but that." And so the more I started poking around and thinking about this, a quote from one of my college professors came to mind. It was in a completely different context. But the quote was, "If not me, then who? If not now, then when?" And I started thinking about that. I thought, someone really ought to do the LGBT history. And then I started thinking about that quote, and I started realizing, well, wait a minute. I like research. I like poking around and finding the story. And so I've got those skills already. I have a passion for history. I mean, I've made it my career. Why not see what I can come up with? And so I decided to undergo and do this project. It's been a challenge, but in a good way, because there hasn't been anything written. I can't just go check out a book from the library and use that as a source.
Like you've kind of become the first stop, if you will, of creating the history, not creating the history, but creating the written version.
The record, yeah.
Absolutely.
So a lot of it in the initial phase of my project, so to speak, has just been researching to find out what I need to research.
Okay.
I got to figure out what the story is before I can research elements about that story. And so literally I sat down one summer and just pulled up the Journal Star digital archive, literally just wrote
Nice.
gay, lesbian, and just did a search and just literally went through every single page of results that popped up.
What was the most surprising thing you found in that so far to you?
The thing that probably surprises me the most in that regard is probably just how vibrant and prominent the community has been in the past.
Okay.
At one point in time, there were a number of gay bars and establishments here in town that were very open and very, this is who we are. And they were centers of the community, of our community for so long. And then for one reason or another, each one individually closed. And, times changed and became what it is today. And now you look around the city and there's not a whole lot in terms of establishments and community spaces that cater directly to the LGBT community. And there's a number of reasons for that. There's pluses and minuses. It's a bit of a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's nice to know that you can go into any place, be yourself, and not really have to worry about getting beat up in the parking lot or thrown out.
Yeah.
At the same time, it would be nice from time to time to go somewhere and just be surrounded by people like me. So, I don't remember I was going with that.
It doesn't matter again. I went to a 80s themed party this past weekend.
Mhm.
Oh, you were there.
I was there.
Who you were dressed up as?
Who were you?
Magnum PI.
That's right.
Tom Selleck.
Love it.
I like
Sexiest man alive, 1986.
Which side?
I mean, I needed people to know who was who.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at me and your first thought was, oh, Tom Selleck.
I don't know if you were sitting in the living room when some of the older gays were sitting there. I hope to God they don't hear me say that. Just listening.
You've just painted a target on your head.
Okay, because they're talking about the 80s.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, fun. And then one person told me when I was your age, I was only going to funerals. I was like, oh, okay. Someone tell a nice story. And then one of this one couple, they met in their 30s, but they met through a ad in the newspaper. They posted like a gay personal ad, like in some Chicago newspaper. Was any of that like happening in Peoria, like personal ads for gay and lesbians? And
I haven't been able to find anything like, like a personal ad in like the Journal Star or anything like
Craigslist.
It was just so fascinating. Like,
but no, there have been, any number of publications out there that people would, submit an ad to in order to try to find somebody, different newsletters, different papers, things like that. Some people had success. Some people, didn't. It's a pretty hit and miss thing. But that was commonplace. I mean, before the internet, what else were you supposed to do?
And now that's created a whole different culture in the gay community with these apps and stuff that we have. And I can't imagine putting my like home phone number in a newspaper and just letting random people call me.
Yeah.
And you go on a date with them. And how are you supposed to know that they were telling the truth?
Right.
It's like there's no
like
due diligence.
They just show up and you're like, oh, that's who I was
what you look like.
going to be expecting.
I guess that could happen with the dating apps as well. But
well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Jake, you were kind of pretty interested in queer history in Peoria as well. Jake here is the president of Peoria Proud. Do you want me to- Okay. I had a feeling he was going to say that. for forever president. You don't have to release too much information about what we got going on for River City Pride, but you kind of want people to know it's like Pride's not just a big party.
Yeah, I feel like I say that all the time, anytime I talk about the history side of it. But last year we really set out to add educational historical pieces into it. Huston was a huge part of helping with that, providing a lot of local information that we would not have had otherwise, because our goal was to have LGBTQ history at the nationwide, state, and local level. And like you're saying, there's not much out there. Your list of data, historical facts is like the only thing I've seen outside of just, here and there. So we worked with the Civic Center and we utilized a 16-foot wall to create history slides throughout the day. So we had an educational portion that we added to Pride Festival last year. This year we're bringing that back. We're going to hopefully add more to it. And we're also doing a traveling history wall featuring LGBTQ history in the Midwest.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. We saw that up in Milwaukee, and hopefully we'll get a thing going where we have a different feature every year and draw people in for that. So
it's awesome.
Yeah. I'll be reaching out for help on the rest of that.
Maybe we need to just add a position for Peoria Proud, like a new board member,
Yeah.
historian. You should apply. I don't know how much competition.
Yeah, I guess like a selfless plug here. If anyone's interested in working with Peoria Proud.
So
there you go.
As you're doing this research for what's your book called, by the way? Do you have any
I have
ideas?
no idea.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, anyway,
Yeah, I'm still figuring that out. That is the actual writing. Well, when I started this, I thought it would just be, I'll look up some stuff in the newspaper, I'll interview a few people, write some stuff up. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get enough to write a book. Well, the more I work with this, it's taking on a life of its own. So I'm not really sure where this is going to end up. I'm just kind of along for the ride at this point, but I'm open. I mean, I like the idea of writing a book, and that's still sort of where I think I'm going with this. But now, like, for instance, I've got a website where I'm putting stuff up every blue moon at this point. Well, because I can only really work on this in the summertime.
Yeah.
And I'm a one-man operation. A lot of my time in the school year is just spent doing school stuff. So, hasn't really been updated in a few
You've
months.
brought a lot of awareness just to LGBTQ history with your Facebook page now too.
Yeah, I've got a Facebook page that connects to the website, and so I kind of post on both.
And what's that called again?
Prismatic Peoria.
That's right.
Which wasn't originally going to be the name, but it was just a placeholder name that I came up with. It was like, oh, this is alliterative. This will work for right now. But then once I started making the website, when I was trying to make it a little bit more just like, LGBT history project type, something more descriptive, things weren't redirecting the way I needed it to. And I really didn't want to remake the website. So I've just been going with that name. It's what it's been.
I like it.
I mean, it does, it works. I'm not ashamed of it. I don't hate it by any means. But whether or not that's going to be the final name, I guess time will tell. But like I said, I've done this website as part of this project, and I figured, I've been around and I've talked about this enough. It's probably time people see at least some of the fruits of my labor. I just don't want to be that guy that talks about, oh yeah, I'm working on this thing, and it's been, years and nothing happens. But a lot of this is also turned into like a bit of an archiving project as well. I didn't anticipate how much archiving would be involved in all of this history. Yeah, like for instance, there was an LGBT newspaper that was printed out in Springfield, and it was called the Prairie Flame, and its goal was to be like the main downstate source of LGBT news. And it was run by a guy named Buff Carmichael and his partner. And they spent so much time and energy and resources into making this thing the thing.
Yeah.
And back at this point in time, there's very early internet, it's really a lot of more hands-on than it would be now. But driving out to just small towns and delivering these papers and that
alone takes a lot.
Absolutely.
The fear of just what's going to happen going to small towns.
Yeah.
Especially back then.
Yeah. So this was kind of the mid to late 90s through the early 2000s. And so when I found that, references to this, I was like, oh, it'd be great if I could find some of these papers. And it's kind of hit and miss looking at some of the digital archives that are available at various libraries. And then I found over at the U of I library in their newspapers and historical documents division, they had a near complete run of this thing. And so I decided to go out there and with my phone, I'm over there for a couple of days, hours on end, scanning every single page of every single issue that I could find. So there's an archive somewhere that people can access. Yeah. And so now I've got that up and running. And there was another publication called Out and About Illinois. It was around. It wasn't around very long, but it was around. And again, I could find an odd issue here and there, but like the whole thing, it was kind of hard to find. So found that as well. Put that up there. So like I'm documenting things, but I'm also archiving things, not only for myself, but for others as well.
Yeah.
It would be great if somebody were to be able to come along and, eclipse what I'm doing and find things that I haven't been able to find. I would love to be relegated to just a footnote of like, oh yeah, he did this, but this other person did all this other stuff. Because this is not a project where, I want to be like look at me, this is what I'm doing, I'm the guy. I don't actually like the spotlight very much. Yeah. But this is a need that needs to be done. And I'm passionate about it. I would like to think, some talent in it. So, yeah.
So I know you do want to like start interviewing some more people, right? Or...
Yes, I've in my mind, I've got different phases of this project. Phase 1 was the researching what I need to research. And so then once I kind of found out what the story was, I've talked to people, kind of gotten their perspectives on things and done what I would call pre-interviews with folks. And so now I feel like I've kind of reached the end point of that. I think I've gotten all the new stuff that I'm going to get. And so now I'm at the point where I can sit these folks down and do more formal interviews with them, stuff that if I were to write a book, I could cite them as sources and have the transcripts to go off of and have this body of work to draw from. So I've been doing that, sitting these people down, and I figure, well, if I'm going to record this, I might as well record it. So I've been doing video interviews with these individuals. I was just getting that underway, and then school started back up again. Okay. So it's kind of been put on the back burner, but I'm hopeful here now that we're kind of entering the home stretch of the end of the year. I'm hopeful that maybe
it is June right now.
Going. Oh, sorry, I forgot. This is June. My bad. Yes.
Just pretend. Yes, you are at the...
It's a blistering 90 degrees today.
Yes. Yes. So yes, I am underway with my video interviews. And I'm looking for more people too. I mean, I'm not just looking for, the big names. Literally anybody I will talk to, because
we've got thousands of viewers.
Good.
By June.
Yeah. Because everyone has a story to share.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's got a perspective, and kind of, like I said, this has kind of taken on a life of its own. And part of that is with those interviews, the way I look at it is, it's not just trying to figure out what happened before, but it's also trying to preserve what we have now and what would be useful to a researcher in 20 years, 30 years. Let's preserve what we have. Let's take a snapshot and a slice of what's happening now, preserve that. And we might not be able to uncover things that have been lost, but maybe we can preserve what we've got. And it would be of a huge benefit to people, 10, 20, 30 years down the line.
I really appreciate that perspective. Like, you don't know what you don't know, even loving history.
Yeah.
Everyone has a story. There's so many vibrant LGBTQ stories across the city, the area. So I really appreciate that perspective.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We've probably already lost a lot of it. So it's good that you're here now.
Yeah.
These stories.
Yeah. There's been people that I've talked to where it's like, oh man, if you just asked that 2 years ago, we could have talked to so-and-so, or, and it's, yeah. That's always disheartening to hear. Right. But again, if we can just preserve what we've got, maybe we can, prevent or at least help the loss get smaller. If that makes any sense.
So with all your research, like what's like the earliest, like, so when you're going through those newspapers, you type in gay, or what, has it always been the Journal Star?
No, it is not.
Yeah. Something else. I don't know. What's some of the earliest stuff you found?
Well,
did they like used to post mugshots?
I have not found any mugshots. No, that's a whole other thing. But really, when you start looking at reporting, it's really not until the 1970s that, at least anywhere around here, was openly writing stories about the homosexuals.
Okay.
Prior to that, you really kind of have to read between the lines. It just wasn't something that people talked about. It was still very much a taboo, and it was, the people that do that are deviants. They're, horrific people.
Roommates.
Roommates. So you reach a point where you start having to read between the lines, and you're not really going to get clear reporting on various things. So any like direct news stories that I found, the 70s are about as far back as I've been able to go. There's been a few references to things beyond that, but yeah, probably about the 70s.
All right. Now, if somebody's inspired listening to you right now, they want to reach out and get an interview, like how can they do that?
Well, I do, like I mentioned, I do have that Facebook page. If they want to send me a message, reach out on that. They could always shoot me an email as well. I can give you that and you can put that on whatever.
Yeah, we'll probably link there.
I'm sure. Yeah, sure there'll be a link or something like that.
Yeah, I can try to do that. I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a one-man operation here. It's not like I have anything formal. So, I mean, just, yeah, if anyone can get a hold of me, I'll gladly talk to them, set something up. And, I don't care if maybe they've been in Peoria 6 months, maybe they've been here 60 years. I mean, either way, there's a story there. There's something there that's worth preserving.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming and sitting with us.
You're welcome.
You have any final things to say, or good?
Oh, I mean, I could say a lot of stuff, but
oh, well, we're here.
I think it'd be cool to hear some facts, some historical facts about the community. Like, what stands out to you that's happened in the area?
Oh, I've noticed that, and this is kind of one of the lines you kind of have to walk with something like this, because so much of this is an oral history, and you want to be as factual as possible. But at the same time, when it's coming directly from people, you've also got their perspectives on things. You've got their interpretations, and you really kind of have to separate, okay, what's fact, what's gossip, what's what with that.
That would be a fun, completely separate book. The queer gossip of Peoria. Yeah. I would read that.
Someone else can write that. I do not have any interest in the gossip side of things. But
sure.
It is always interesting to look at some of those old like newspaper reportings, for instance. I mean, and you don't even really have to go that far back, but like things will be reported on one way, and then you talk to people who were there, and it was like, oh yeah, well, here's what really happened. So yeah, but something interesting that I didn't realize was, back in the 70s, there was a woman named Anita Bryant, who was kind of the original conservative, save the children from, the gays. Anyway, famously, she got pied in the face.
Yes.
Which, I mean, that video clip is the gift that keeps on giving.
And in all places that happened in Pekin.
She wasn't pied in Pekin, no.
She is.
Well, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But no, she was pied on October 14th back in 77. And she was in Pekin on October 29th doing like a rally out there. So not very long after that, which I thought was interesting because I had never heard of her coming around, but she was. And there were protests outside.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, not a ton, but still enough to be noted in the paper.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
I would have never known that. Thank you.
See, now you know.
Well,
The more you know.
On this whole time.
Oh, yeah. There's all sorts of stuff here. This is my combination of local and national stuff. But a lot of what I've got is centered around bars, which, played a pretty prominent role in the community because it was a place where you could go and you didn't have to worry about, not being yourself. It was a place where you could let your guard down a little bit. I'd say let your hair down, but I don't.
Once upon a time.
I can't do that. Once upon a time, maybe I could have.
And you're saying there used to be a lot more.
And there used to be a lot more. There was, probably the most prominent one was the Club Peorian, which is no longer around. It burned down in the early 90s.
And the Club Peorian is where Dozer Field is. Dozer Park.
Yes. Yeah. Dozer Park.
Yeah.
In fact, there was, that was the old Club Peorian. There was also, DJ's Timeout was out there, which was another gay establishment. Yeah, that whole area over there was once upon a time very gay.
So Peoria had a gayborhood. Like,
in a manner of
there we go.
speaking, yeah, in a manner of speaking, you could probably say that. But yeah, the Club Peorian was probably the biggest one. And unfortunately, we lost that in the early 90s. We saw that was kind of where Richard Pryor Jr. did some drag performances as Rainy McKnight.
I'm sure Miss Flo was performing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
even
sure.
even way back then.
She was probably 30 back then.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We'll see if she ever listens to this.
I guess that would be
I'm
the way
sure
to
she'll
find
hear
out.
about it.
I'm gonna get back onto this part.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of the other thing that I've been looking into is who were some of the drag queens back in the day? Because where are you supposed to find that information? You know, you have to talk to people who remember back, then you talk to someone else who can remember back maybe a little further, and just trying to figure out like who were these folks? Who were these people? Which has been fascinating.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the pageants. You know, you think about different, you know, Miss Gay Peoria or Miss Club Peorian or even Mr. or Miss Diesel. You know, that stuff's not really written down anywhere. You just gotta know someone who was there and kind of trace it back from there.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we could like with Peoria Proud, we can give you like lots of information, but it's only like not that long ago. It's only been about 10 years.
Yeah, this is
You know,
true.
it's, 10 years, 12, something like that.
Yeah, the end of 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So quite a while, almost 13 years.
Not in the grand scheme of the world, but yes. I'm glad where we're at now.
Still sizable. Still.
When you write your book,
important.
don't forget to put that Jake Bowers is the president.
NRM.
Oh, yeah. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh my god. Yeah, it seems like there is a big, rich history. We just got to find it.
Yeah.
And hopefully somebody listens to this and they know it all and have a bunch of stack of journals or something.
Oh, oh man, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. But yeah, between having bars and then there was also lots of organizations as well. I mean, I love seeing the work that Peoria Proud and others are doing and keeping up with that tradition. And hopefully avoiding the kind of burnout that seems, from my understanding, to have claimed a lot of these groups. Hopefully you guys can break that.
Yeah.
I mean, 13 years, pretty good run. So
yeah, it's kind of surprising looking at Peoria for like the size it is, like how many, like there's a few queer organizations here in town for what our size is.
Absolutely.
It's like Acorn Equality Fund and I forgot the name of every other one. Friends has been here since 1990.
Central Illinois Friends,
Society,
a lot there.
Rainbow Collective,
P-Flag.
a lot. Yeah.
So you have anything else to share with us? I only told you 30 minutes. I'm sorry that we went over.
Oh, I haven't even been looking at the time.
Yeah, this has been a great conversation.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great.
It's a huge bite. Show it to your camera, please.
Oh, well, I mean, there's more in here than just like my history. Like there's the history stuff. I mean, there's
okay.
Like releases for the video interviews and spare paper and my pre-interview stuff and my notes of everything. So it's a lot of stuff.
I meant to tell you, I wanted to chat GPT asking about queer history in Peoria. So I was trying to prepare for this. It referenced your website.
Yeah,
that was kind of fun.
That's been brought up before where someone had put in, you know, about the LGBT history of Peoria. And I'm like officially a source now, which I kind of like. It's kind of nice. Which is odd for somebody that doesn't like the spotlight. But
you love it, you're lying.
Love is a strong word. Love is a strong word. But it's more the satisfaction of knowing that someone's interested in the work that I'm doing. So
I definitely- no, absolutely.
Good.
And I think this can even be kind of larger conversation on different episodes about different parts of history. So,
I mean,
it's
who knows?
open.
Maybe it becomes its own podcast. I don't know. That idea has been brought up. I don't know how I feel about that, but maybe I'm open to it.
Yes, we have to talk more on that.
Absolutely.
That's not being recorded.
Oh,
There's some
what?
secret information.
Yeah.